The secret to playing Message in a Bottle? Isn't it hard? Even though everyone learns that riff when they're a kid, I feel like to play it for the whole song and to make it sound consistent and great is like really hard.
And the other one that's hard is Every Breath You Take.
Oh my God!
To play that,
right.
but it's the consistency. Dominic Miller is a fantastic player.
Today's episode is sponsored by Gator Cases. Guitarists, like any other musician, value the advantages of proper protection for their gear. Guitars, amps, effects, and accessories all need safe transport and storage. Luckily, Gator's got you covered.
So play later, yeah.
How much prep did you do to go in for Dominic? I guess, did you start off subbing for him with Sting, or how when you got that call, what did you have to reference to learn?
Well, it was a gradual process initially because I was playing with Chris Bodie, the trumpet player that played with Sting for a long time. They're very good friends, and I was playing with the Chris Bodie band, and they put together a little tour, and it was Chris Bodie with Sting as the guest vocalist and his percussionist and background singer. So we got to kind of do like a 50-50 show, like half of Chris's stuff, and then Sting would come on stage and we do a whole set of Sting's songs. So that was kind of like a practice run at like being his guitar player.
And then your show, right? You had
and the show, but that was Broadway shows. It was very different, two guitars and a lot of acoustic stuff and a different kind of
Which
music.
Was Last Ship, the Sting.
Yeah, but it was definitely another aspect of working with him. But then I think I did one of the Symphonicities shows, which is with orchestra.
Yeah.
But once that started, and then they started calling me to sub on, and then I ended up doing the tour in 2019 with Dominic. Had heart surgery and fully recovered from. Then my preparation for that, I think I've a few different times I've gotten like a board mix, like I've contacted him. So can you at least send me like a recent show? And I've got some right now. I'm about to do a show with him next week.
Where?
In Miami.
Okay, yeah.
I'll have a board mix, but honestly, YouTube is like so crucial to me now because I will go on, I will search, by upload date Sting shows, and I'll see someone, because you never know who's going to. There's always someone who's recorded like sometimes a pretty good version of sometimes a whole entire show, and so I can keep up with where things are at, because he'll add songs to this. I've also setlist.fm. You can go and you can search an artist's set list.
Right. So you go and you look at everything.
And you go, okay, last week, he started doing this song again, which he hasn't played for 10 years, you know. So there's another one to learn.
What's the secret to playing Message in a Bottle? Isn't it hard? Even though everyone learns that riff when they're a kid, I feel like to play it for the whole song and to make it sound consistent and great is like really hard, isn't it? Like,
it's hard.
Did you just do that for hours and
hours?
And
the other one that's hard is Every Breath You Take.
Oh my God.
To play that riff, like to play it like, but it's the consistency. Dominic Miller is a fantastic player. Amazing. He's so consistent. His time is impeccable. His touch, but also he's been doing that gig for like 35 years, right? Yeah. Which is another interesting thing because you can go and look at older versions of songs, and Sting loves to change things up. He'll even change things up tomorrow. He'll go to sound check and be, I wanted to do something different in the bridge on this song. It's like, what do you mean? You've been playing? It's
We're
40 years later.
You
want to change the bridge, or in sound check. He's always early. He's on the stage. You get to sound check. He's already on the stage, bass plugged in. Hi guys, how's it going? And then he'll start playing one of his songs that, like, hopefully you know what I mean.
What chorus pedal do you use on that gig?
The Boss stereo. It's the CE3 from the 80s. Yeah. It's sort of a sparkling blue analog in stereo. And there's two modes. There's one wide stereo mode that gives it's like the the JC120 amps where one speaker has the chorus and the other is got no chorus, right? Yeah. So it's like dry on one side and then pitch modulated on the other side, and it makes it sound really wide, and that's kind of on most of the time. And then I just picked up this the Electric Mistress, the EHS Electric Mistress sort of chorus flange sound is really great on Walking on the Moon and some of those big splat, chords that just go amazing.
Right.
And there's a company out of Australia called Past Effects that makes a really nice clone of that. on my board right now, I have the Hartman flanger, which is like a large box clone of the EHX. Because the electric Mr. I've never owned the original. Maybe I should just buy the original. But but I've heard that they're really bright sounding, and there's a big level difference when you turn them on, and they can be problematic. But that's and also the other part of that sound is the compressor pedal. It's really crucial. And the Boss compressor, I think it's the CS2 again from the 80s. It just has that sound. I mean, I think Andy used the Dynacomp, but he also had a preamp in his guitar or something. But
that is the sound, though, is that compression.
But that compression that just like, the chord just goes like this. It's really wide. You know.
What is the best part across all of your gigs that you guys have played in your career? Broadway shows, Sting, Chris Body, everything. Is there a guitar part that stands out as like one of the most fun, the most interesting, or really cool lick? Something?
That's a tricky...
Even something iconic, like even getting to play Every Breath You Take Every Night. I don't know if that means anything to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe that's it.
I mean, you mentioned Message in a Bottle, and it's so fun to play that song.
Yeah.
And we usually start with that song. And it's just a rocker out of the gate, and it's got the great riff and in the chorus, you know. It's a good one.
That one's
there's a lot of good guitar parts in it.
Because you've been playing that song your whole life, right? And then you get on stage and play
it. But interesting thing is, if you play that riff without the harmony part, you know there's a harmony part on it buried in the mix. You go on YouTube and look at.
I'm trying like a harmony guitar part.
Yes.
And do you play both at the same time?
No.
Or, so how do you do it?
He's tried different things, like having starting out playing the riff and then the second verse jumping up to the harmony part and then going back down to the main part. But I can't remember if it was Rick Beato or somebody did it, like a whole thing on Message in a Bottle. I'm sure a lot of people have. But when you check it out, or you can find the isolated guitar part on YouTube and you listen to it and like, damn it, there is it's like a third up, but then some intervals are not a third. And you realize, when you take that away, it just doesn't.
So what do you do live?
Well, like I said, start out on the riff in the regular,
and then you add play.
And then I think it's like after 8 bars, go up to the harmony, and then go back down to it, just so it's still in there for some of the time.
Yeah.
And then actually, a Sting has started to play the riff on the bass sometimes as well.
Oh man.
Do do dee do ba dee do ba dee do. Because on the record it's doom doom.
Yes.
Doom,
Yeah.
Doom, you know.
Yeah.
But that's a good one. I like that one.
That's good. What do you think?
Well, let's see. I don't know about like specific guitar parts, but I would say, some of my touring things, like when I was doing a world tour with this singer, Idina Menzel, there were some high points were like, playing at Wembley Arena and Budokan in Japan and stuff like that. I mean, that was like
Cheap Trick
seriously
at Budokan,
fun.
right?
Right. I mean, that was seriously fun as far as like guitar stuff, some of the things that I mentioned, like the modern classical music, like the bang in a can stuff, was so insanely hard that I did. There's not a specific part, but I mean, I did feel a real sense of accomplishment being able to like pull that off.